We are up, I think. Testing to see if the live stream is on. Doesn't look like it is though. What is going on? There we go. Making sure that people can hear me. Alright, well this is on one heck of a delay and it's calling me out here, so while we wait for people to get into the room, I'm gonna play some freaking
my collection.
I'm gonna play some Sorcerer's Lab.
Single player and hot seat. Upgrades.
I don't even know what this is. Alright.
Single player and hot.
Now let's see how long it takes for everybody to get in here.
Welcome to the Sorcerer's Lair.
Oh wow, that sucked. I try not to play video games when I'm tired. Wah, wah, wah.
Leaving so soon?
Ah, yeah. This is fun.
Whisper isn't here yet.
So as soon as we get some more people in here.
There you are, Whisper. Where could Whisper be?
I have got to get some new pinball tables because this one's like for
Don't be
babies
afraid.
or something. But it's an easy thing to have on when you're doing a live stream. But this should be, hopefully, the last Monday live stream from my PlayStation. We'll be doing proper live streams
Whisper
from
is here.
YouTube directly, or YouTube Hangouts, or Google Hangouts, or whatever. Starting next week, hopefully. I don't want to like jinx myself, but
Ball locked.
if everything works out the way I would like it to, which is always in debate. Oh, hey, how are you today? I am good. How are you? I didn't know if that was who that was in the chat.
Come here.
But, welcome, Jen. I don't know how successful this one's gonna be. It takes a little while for people to get in here. I thought pinball would be easy to play while I wait. How are you? It's been a long day, but not too bad for me.
I'm not going to let a stupid old tree stop me.
I've been trying to think of things to talk about on the live stream today, and I mean, the one thing I want to talk about for sure is just this freaking kind of what we were talking about last week, but not about what I had going on.
Step aside, you old
is this
pile of
freaking
rotten wood.
goddamn fan rage that's still going on about stuff that I just don't... I don't know why people need to...
Leaving so soon?
There's like a protest mentality towards pop culture stuff that's just irritating me to no end these days. Yeah, this was like my early day. But I got my hair cut right after work, so...
I don't see Whisper anywhere.
Got my locks taken off.
Hey,
My
Whisper.
long hair is gone. But it was necessary. I don't know, man. She was just hacking away at me today, though. I've never had anybody use a razor on my hair. I don't know what I should say about that. Like,
The secret
I
passage
didn't know
may
what to
save
tell
you.
the lady. She just started hacking away at me, and yeah. Is that normal? Have you had your hair cut with a razor? Because it was really bizarre. Because it was just like hack, 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 hack. Like I felt like I was in, like I was getting my hair cut by somebody who was trying to like get rid of like lice or some sort of like, you know, like maybe
Continue to disturb me.
like, have you ever see what they do to people like in Les Mis, like where they have no hair and they just kind of hack it off? That's what I felt like this lady was doing to me.
Oh, I hate spiders. Spiders? No match for my slingshot.
I know. They won't. This is why. I hate doing it on here because I have to share the screen, and it makes my face like have to like not be in the picture pretty much. Pretty stupid. Yeah, it'll be comfortable for the
Get
summertime.
to the exit.
Magnificent.
Oh, wow. Yeah, where did I go? But like I said, with the live streams going to the laptop starting next week,
Splendid.
I won't have to do this anymore. It'll be all full screen. Oh, I got a trophy. I don't care what the name is.
Excellent.
But I don't know. It was just really weird. She was like pulling it and just going like this. And I felt like, shouldn't you have scissors or something? Or even a freaking buzzer, you know, buzz cutter? But, so she was pulling like really hard. And I'm like, my hair was washed and everything. I don't know. I just, seemed like she was taking out some aggression on me. But,
Congratulations.
I don't know. Is there anything that, you cut and bleach your own hair so I won't have to deal with sadistic, expensive salons? See, I don't trust these hands to do that. I can take it all off, alright? I can shave my head. I've done that before. But I have never, like, I actually was gonna dye my hair. I bought dye for it, but I want my sister to help me with it, because she's so much better at that kind of stuff, and I just need help, because I know if I try to dye my hair, it's gonna turn out really bad. Yeah, and I mean, I can't afford a mistake. I don't know. I'm a manager at where I work, and so I can't take too many chances with how bizarre, like, with how I look. I mean, I can have long hair, I can have short hair, I can have a beard and all that, but if I screw up something and I have to go to work looking like that all the time, I don't know what I would do. Yeah. It's all cut off, like it's not sticking out anymore. Honestly, if it wasn't for the sides, I probably would have kept the length. But yeah, it's gonna get hot here in Illinois pretty soon, and once it does, I'll be happy that I did this. But so far, man, it's well, let's see, what time is it? 10 minutes in. Hopefully, people are gonna get here in a minute or so. Otherwise, I don't know. What do you have anything that you wanted to talk about or ask about, or any shows or reviews that are going on? Because I saw, what did you watch last? Oh, you watched Punished as a Boy. Yeah, we discussed, like, is that a real thing? I have not looked that up. I could probably look that up right now. But, I mean, like I said, it just sounds like so... It sounded like they all knew what it was, right? But that was rough. Looking at that guy, like, that guy's bare ass just ripped to shreds. And that guy... I mean, they did that to him, and he just kind of, like... Yeah, I'm Googling it right now. But I wonder if that's like an Irish thing, and that's why he did it, and that's why it was like, because they're both Irish, and I remember, you know, that character really thought he was gonna be like the next, you know, big thing on there until that happened. Let's see, SC Commissions calls for report on voice of... Wow, a lot of stuff comes up, but not... like, I literally put in Punished as a Boy, and it has the terror, some kid getting punished, the boy is giving punishment of ghost, like, just, like, discipline stuff. And then, like, right after that, there's, like, more, like, suffering people, like, being punished for punishment at schools. And then right after that, it's boy punished porn gay videos from Pornhub. Yeah, submissive young slave boy. Oh my goodness. Oh jeez, come on, really? This is what comes up? I should have been... This is gonna turn into something crazy. Is Punished as a Boy a real thing? That's what I should have put in there. Oh my god. Did we just dive into the dark web all of a sudden? Yeah, right? I'm gonna have to, like, throw this, like, fucking and bury it in the backyard. The real thing, proper spanking. And then right after that, boy punishes not his stepmom. Oh my god. Okay, no. No, oh, just bad, awful, and worse. Yeah, this went down a dark path. Things that you will find on here. Well, I mean, okay, so... But that's weird. I mean, the way they phrase it, punished as a boy. I've never heard that term before. And apparently, the only term that the internet understands that goes right to a sex thing. Wow. This is the world we live in. This is the world we live in. Good lord. So yeah, you're behind. That's yeah, you're only behind like a few episodes, right? I think Punished as a Boy is episode 4. I'm on episode. I haven't finished episode. I'm on episode 8, and episode 5 and 6 are really good. It's just getting crazier, and oh man, the end of 6, whoa, wow, and 5 is, oh man, yeah, 5 and 6 are tight. 7 is kind of a whole, like, you can really feel, like, it's like when you're getting near the end of the Blair Witch Project, and you know that this isn't going to end well, but we haven't gotten there yet, so you're getting into that just kind of like, oh, I just wish it would get, like, not hoping that it ends soon, just, yeah, here's the thing, yeah, I can't spoil it for you, but that bear thing has me wondering, the cutting the guy in half, like, I've said before, I think it's kind of has to have human intelligence, right? And bears couldn't do that. A bear couldn't hold a tool to cut like that, even with its claw, unless it literally was like, I don't know how they. That's the thing that's really cool about this show, is that you don't know. You're trying to figure. I'm trying to wrap my head around it, and the thing is, there won't be an answer. Our imagination is what's like the crazy part about this, is that we, just trying to figure out how it happened and realizing there's really no good way of thinking about it. I up until just now really was thinking that it was possibly something else that killed that guy, and that they keep blaming everything on this bear, but I guess it really is. There's something that happens coming up pretty soon that made me question some of the deaths on the ship. Yeah, and even, like, there's some really, I'm telling you, there's some crazy stuff coming up, the next 2 episodes, that, especially in 6, I didn't really see coming. Because another good thing about this show is, sure, there's this mythological shit that's been haunting them, and killed the captain, and has been killing other people, but what's so great is that that's not that's the, oh, come on, oh, really, after all this, we got to worry about a monster bear from mythological Inuit culture stuff. But the whole thing with the food and just, people going crazy, and the lead stuff in the water, and oh my god, all this stuff that's gonna make things just even worse. And it's like watching Misery on Parade, but like kind of like The Handmaid's Tale, but it's like the journey. This has got such good character work in it that I'm really happy with this show. And now that I know there's a season 2 that takes place in a different time period, a different story, really, I hope it can hold a candle to this. I have not finished the season. I am watching it and reviewing it, like one thing at a time. Like I don't think the only things I can watch a movie and review it, but TV shows I won't, unless I make a conscious decision to just review it as a season. Or like with Dark, I did the first 3 episodes of Dark by themselves, but just found myself incapable of doing single episode reviews for that show because of the way that the information was getting doled out in that show. But otherwise, so I did like a 4 through 10 review, but really it was more like a kind of as a whole. I've been, stretching out the terror, but and then with that poll that I had about what I should review next, I'm curious to see where I'm gonna actually land on this, because like I think you and Belinda both were like The Leftovers, and any of those shows I would like to review, but I keep in the back of my mind going back to The Leftovers again and again, because I really want to review Misfits one of these days, because I really like the guy who plays Jesus Christ, why can't I remember his name, from Preacher. There's Jesse, Tulip, and Cassidy. The guy who plays Cassidy on Preacher is on that show Misfits. Halt and Catch Fire, man, is it's one of those shows that I'm almost glad isn't popular. That almost nobody saw because it just feels really special. It's such a good show. I can't believe I like a show that's about the beginning of the computer age in the 80s, and just the character work that they do in that show is really great. But I have a feeling that it's probably gonna be The Leftovers. It's only 3 seasons, so it's a little easy to get through. So it's 30 episodes or so. I think maybe a little less than that. And, but, Ash vs. Evil Dead, I don't know. I kind of threw that in there as a wild card because I love Bruce Campbell. I like the Evil Dead original couple of them first. Well, yeah, I like 2 and Army of Darkness. 1, it is just I don't know. 2 and 1 to me are kind of like the same movie, so I prefer 2. But I don't even know if that's a reviewable type of show. Oh yeah, that's why I'm only picking the 1. Because July is going to be a big month. Because there's going to be a theme, again, to July. Like Sam Rockwell month. And then there's going to be some special reviews for my birthday. And depending on what I can do with the laptop and editing and stuff, some videos might be coming out slow. Videos might start coming out slower anyway with me being able to edit hopefully better. And maybe... I kind of still like the way I do my reviews. I just might cut them up and add some things before I send it. If there's things I forget, I can edit those, parts that I forget to put in back into videos and stuff. So that's what I'm hoping to learn a lot more. But and it's just you and me in here. So I don't know how much longer I'll keep going, because I don't want to just keep you here. Yeah, I don't want to get too fancy. I just want it to be cleaned up. I want there to be less problems with light. Yeah, Monday night. Yeah, we had more people in here though last week, but that was probably because of the threat that I put out there. I didn't make a video saying, like the old National Lampoon's fake magazine cover where they have the gun next to the dog's head. It says, "Buy this magazine or I'll kill this dog." That's how it felt last week when I made the video for, yeah, people like drama. I guess I should have made a video announcement going, "Oh my god, I'm getting my hair cut. Find out what it looks like at 7. But, I might as well just start talking about a couple of things I wanted to talk about. The one thing that's been bugging me all day today, well, it's been bugging me for a little while, but I finally watched this person's video, and it was about the girl, Star Wars girl something or other, who got her video blocked by Disney for coming out against that Captain Marvel deleted scene that was out. And again, it's just how people can't just stop talking about, that are getting so caught up in this Brie Larson Captain Marvel bullshit still that I know it all stems from everybody being everything's woke, everything's we're having feminism forced down our throats and all this, and Disney's got an agenda and Kathleen Kennedy's got an agenda, or whoever it is over at Star Wars right now. I don't even remember that lady's name. But everything's just, the women problem, the women, and the cringy crap with Batgirl and all this shit. And it's just so this girl makes a video saying that after watching this deleted scene where Brie Larson, her character gets mad at this guy for saying, "Hey, how about a smile for me?" And he's just kind of being a little pushy, but she's engaging him, and she grabs him by the hand, and she, tells him, whatever, "I'm going to let you keep this hand if I can have, your bike and whatever." And everybody's like, this girl's like, oh yeah, that proves Captain Marvel's a villain and blah blah blah. And it's like, no, it proves nothing. Okay, they blocked her video after she made this comment, and it's like, is that right? I don't. She used audio from Disney. Now you know that right away you're gonna get fucking copyright claimed if you use audio. And if you're monetized, you're losing your monetization. And it's like, you know what you're getting. Don't tell me you didn't know you weren't going to get copyright claimed. Okay? These people that are like just stirring up controversy. So she seems like some sort of victim or a hero for you know, civil rights or First Amendment shit because, oh, Disney decided to unblock her video. And she's acting like she just fucking, you know, got, you know, told to sit in the back of the bus and now she can sit in the front of the bus. It's like, you do know that this is just a movie, right? And that this is a fad that's going on, and every movie studio is going to try to sell people on things that they think that they want until they realize it's not working. So all these people that are like protesting online and making these tons of these videos saying, oh, this and that and the other thing about feminism and forced feminism and the female agenda and all this crap, and it's just like, you know, there's real atrocities going on out there. There's real things to protest, right? This isn't like fucking putting baby kids in cages and a fucking border wall and cops shooting kids or school shootings or just all this stuff that actually matters. This is what people are screaming and crying about, is whether or not Captain Marvel has been proven a villain. It's just so goddamn stupid. Disney, and in fact, here's the thing that this girl doesn't realize, alright? That clip doesn't prove she's a villain. Okay? It's a deleted scene. It means that Disney saw that scene, probably tested it with audiences, and again, before this movie came out, saw the writing on the wall that people don't want to hear that kind of shit because it feels forced. Yeah, I agree. We have strange priorities these days. Yeah. Like, our lives that small. Like, we can't crack open a book, or we don't want to watch the news, or we don't want to know what the fucking president's doing, but we want to know whether or not Brie Larson's a toxic feminist. And it's like, who fucking cares? You're hurting, like, her First Amendment rights are just as important as yours, even if you don't agree with her. It's just like, so Disney sees this scene and they remove it from the movie because they were like, oh, this is gonna make her look like a bad person. So they said, we can't put that in here. We're trying to make her look like our fucking role model. Their mistake was putting it back out there, thinking, I don't know what they were thinking. I guess maybe they wanted to stir up a little controversy and maybe they got a little too much to handle, but that doesn't prove that she's a villain character. It means that Disney shouldn't have aired that fucking thing. And again, but they all want to go, oh my god, yeah, we stopped Disney and Captain Marvel, we got our video back on. It's like, your video was always coming back, you doofus. They just had you locked up there so that they could figure out how the fucking shit went wrong on their end. And it's not like I have a problem with people protesting. Protest all you want, but just put it in perspective. It's real simple here. I'll put it really simply. I wish I could do this bigger. Would be so much better. There's an old Simpsons episode, a Halloween episode, where all the ads come to life, like all the like neon signs and all the advertisements everywhere start walking around the town, stopping all over things, and they're just like, oh my god, how do we stop these things? And the answer was, just stop watching. Stop giving it attention, and it will eventually go away. The whole song where they call it "Just Don't Look, Just Don't Look," and they come up with a jingle, and all of a sudden, when these fads and these ads and everything that's screaming for attention realizes that nobody cares anymore, they fade away and they go back to being, just things that we don't worry about anymore because they don't matter. It's that simple. If you want them to not make movies like Captain Marvel, say, I don't want them to make movies like Black Panther. And by that I mean, I want a Black Panther movie that's good and not one that says that it's good because it has to be. It just has to be good because we say it is, and that's what I want. I want movies to be good by their own merits. I don't care if it's about a black character or a white girl or just any kind of female or any kind of minority. I don't care what it is, as long as the story's good, as long as things make sense, as long as there's good character arcs, as long as blah blah, just good. That's the thing that I worry about when it comes to these things. I'm not sitting there going, oh my god, is Brie Larson a bitch? I don't care. She's an actress. She already lives on another planet. Okay? And she's been an actress for a good long while, and she's decided who she wants to be as a person, and who she wants to be is this, outspoken person for feminism or whatever it is she's doing. Because honestly, I don't 100% know, because I don't care. If she was out there throwing blood on guys, like walking around with a bucket of pig's blood and flinging it on guys and saying, this is for all the blood that, that has been spilled by men over the years, killing women and all this stuff, I'd be like, yeah, hey, you know what, somebody might need to calm her down. But all she's doing is opening her mouth and saying stupid shit, and that almost is like intentionally trolling everybody, and everybody just falls for it. And it's just like, and these people on YouTube that are feeding on the people that are too stupid to know that this is not news. But we're screaming and we're crying, and Jen Webb, you say, writers, producers have to consider all the PC crap now, but we can never please everyone. Yes, that's absolutely right. They're going to keep trying to get this stuff past us, and the only way to get it to stop, it'll never stop fully. They're going to always try to sneak shit past people. But it's just, you just don't watch. We would get amazing things if people actually went to see the amazing things when they're out. So many original and good ideas, they'll be out there and nobody goes to see them. And so that tells the studios that we shouldn't make these movies, because the vanilla people aren't going to see it. And the few nerds that go out there to see these things aren't doing it in enough numbers to show a profit. So of course they're going to start doing all this crap. It's like they can't just focus on the quality of the movies anymore. Yeah, they can't. It's all about money. And as soon as people start realizing that if you want good movies, you have to go to the good movies. Okay? That's why I don't go to bad movies on purpose. Do you know what I mean? I don't go, okay, like Men in Black International, when I made my fun little video about how I'm from the future and all that stuff. That was me telling people, look, you can already tell which ones are going to be lame and which ones are going to suck. I'm good enough to know just about 95% of the time if a movie's going to be a good or bad. That's just been for myself. What I like, I can tell you like right away almost if it's something that I will watch. And if I'm wrong and it's better, it's rare. Usually I am dead on, especially with the bad movies, man. I can smell a bad movie. I'm like... But your average audience goer just wants the same crap. It's like when I go to the comic book shop, though, okay? And there's a whole bunch of crap there. And there's like woke versions of all sorts of characters coming out, and they tried this crap in Marvel for a little while, and nobody bought the books, and they cancel all the books, and they keep constantly shifting and trying, and they're gonna still try to shift and put like sneak past other crap in there just to see what sells. And I mean, eventually things get whittled down. It's just not that big. I just don't understand why everybody just has to cry about everything. I got caught up in that Game of Thrones crap because I really cared about Game of Thrones. I didn't know I was getting involved in like just this fan rage culture of just we're owed this. It's like we're not owed jack shit. We should be happy when we get something nice. It would be, and I'm not being pessimistic, and I'm not trying to hate on people, but it's just get fucking real, man. Because I think a lot of these guys, especially these guys that act like protesters online, they just know that how to say the right things to keep people riled up, so that they'll just keep putting money in their super chats and their Patreons and send them bullcrap and feed off the dum-dums. Have you ever been to a smart person's live stream? A really popular person's live stream, and how stupid the chat is? That person's smart, and you know they're smart, and they're saying some of the stupidest shit to keep a crappy audience coming back for more. It's just ridiculous. I'm serious, man. Go to somebody's chat and just look at how dumb 99% of those chats are. And you're watching somebody that you know has got intelligence, but they have chosen to just sell themselves, and if that's what you want to do, that's fine too. But I don't have respect for those people, and I almost went down that path where I was like watching all these videos and going, yeah, you know what, that kind of makes me mad too. And then I realized, who fucking cares if Star Trek Discovery sucks? If you love Star Trek, I understand that you get a little miffed. Same thing with Star Wars. Like, I'm done with Star Wars. I'm not going to see Episode 9 because I don't need to. They're not gonna redeem themselves. It's not gonna suddenly do a 180 and give me everything that I wanted, or the majority of things that I wanted. Because at this point anymore, I don't even know what I want in Star Wars anymore. So I've just decided that that's it. Until they can actually win me back somehow, I'm done with Star Wars. I'm done with The Walking Dead too. I'm done being upset about how The Walking Dead's not like the way it used to be, and it's like, you know what, it was today too that I realized this. I was like, you know what, my boss was asking me if I watched Fear the Walking Dead, and I said, you know what, I think I'm just done with The Walking Dead. I'm gonna read the comic book. It's gonna suck a little bit more right now because of what happened in the comic, but I'm done with The Walking Dead. I am done making that a priority in my life. That, oh god, I'm gonna bitch about The Walking Dead this week. Like, that's so much fun. We have only a certain amount of years on this planet. I don't spend on wasting any more breath on Game of Thrones bitching, on Walking Dead bitching, on Marvel Comics bitching, on Marvel movies bitching. It just doesn't make sense. Like, try to find things that you like to talk about and make you happy. If railing on things is what makes you happy, then more power to you. But I just feel like there's enough negativity. And if I joke about a bad movie, it's because, like in a review, it's not like something that I went out of my way to do. And I don't make 16 videos after the fact. Like, I went pretty hard on Charlie's Angels because guess what? Charlie's Angels is a bad movie. But it was Sam Rockwell month, and I just had to be honest about it. If Charlie's Angels, if I watched it and I was like, oh, I was right. That was a good movie. I'd have said it was a good movie. Yeah, it's too much negativity everywhere. And, like, I reviewed that Too Old to Die Young recently. Episode 1, I explained this kind of the guy's work, and I liked it. Episode 2, I was like, eh. And then people were just like, already like, just so like, they think that you're being negative just to be negative. It's like, no, I'm just being honest. Wait till episode 3 when I go back to being positive again. It's just, I don't know. I just feel like too many people are just looking for the negative to make the negative stuff. And it's like, oh man, life is hard enough when things happen to you by chance. Why go looking for a bad time? And so, you know, I could go see every movie that's out there, and I thought about it too. I thought, like, hey, you know what, this is my chance to just get back out there and see everything again and review them. And I'm like, if you're good at something, what's it Heath Ledger says in The Dark Knight? If you're good at something, never do it for free. Jen said, I got enraged when I watched the first episode of Whiskey Cavalier, so I didn't watch anymore. Yeah, did you watch my review for that? You should look up my review for Whiskey Cavalier episode 1. Because I didn't need to go back to that. I was like, Lauren Cohan left The Walking Dead for this. I mean, she has the door open. They never closed the door on her. But I mean, the show was canceled, and I mean, I knew it was going to be canceled. I took one look at that and said, yeah, good, you watched it. Because I actually had a fun time. I mean, here's the thing. I went into it knowing that it was going to be bad. But I was hoping, too, that I was going to be wrong. There's only a couple of things that I would, like, purposely hope that were bad. And it would be, like, anything with, like, the Kardashians or any of these scumbags that, you know... You know, if it was somebody like if Justin Bieber made a movie, I would want it to be bad. I would hope they would be bad. I'd be rooting for it to be bad because those are bad people. Here's the thing, Whiskey Cavalier. It was trying to like. I thought this was gonna be Lauren Cohan's show, but it turns out it was Scott Foley's show. He's fucking Whiskey Cavalier. She's just the girl, again, regulated to the girl character of, you know, the will they or won't they shit. Just, and they tried to be funny about it, like they were gonna be like the next Bones, man, right? They're gonna be Bones! I don't know why I went about where it comes to Bones, or whatever, just, you know, any will they won't they crap. And they couldn't even do it well. And, you know, it had the kid that died, the kid who played Noah on The Walking Dead. And they were just, I don't know what that was trying to be, but it was just really awful. And I might... Another cookie cutter pie. Yeah, it's just wax, rinse, repeat. Over and over and over again. Same shit. And, that's why, like, whether this Too Old to Die Young show ends up being any good, at least it's original. But again, like I'm one of the only people reviewing that, I think, because it's just so weird and out there that people can't wrap their heads around it. And so even if it sucks, even if in the end I say that this show sucked, but I watched the whole thing because of the journey and how it was an original thing, I can still say that I was proud of myself for sitting through something original, something artistic. But it's just going to go so far over people's heads, and that's why you get one season of a show like that, and then 5 seasons of Bosch. And if you like Bosch, I apologize. I don't dislike shows like Bosch. I mean, like procedurals, like NCIS, or Law and Order SVU, or, you know, all like Grey's Anatomy, all this just other crap that just people just sit there and watch to fill their time out so that they can watch their stories and see, you know, who's who slipping in and out of whose bed and all this shit. You know. And, you know, like, Netflix is, like, I'm glad that they're finally ending some of their shows, but other things, it just doesn't make sense. Like some of these really cool original shows. Again, like, more original shows, like Sci-Fi got rid of Happy. Sci-Fi got rid of Deadly Class. 2 of the most awesome shows on TV that nobody watched. And yet, Big Bang Theory and 2.5 Men and fucking, like, you know, even The Simpsons, man, has been on too long. And Deadly Class gets, like, 1 season and they just go and I hope Netflix picks it up. I hope it picks up that and Happy. But like Netflix's like original shows are going downhill. Their movies aren't very good for the most part. Amazon seems to be the place to go for creative like license, because they give their creators basically carte blanche to do whatever they want, and it works and it doesn't work. And they cancel a lot of shows pretty quickly too. But I think when I was going back to was like the people that get upset about Star Trek and Star Wars, like, and I'm talking about these live streamers that spend all their time just talking about Captain Marvel, SJWs, NPCs, Batgirl, why Star Trek Discovery sucks, why Star Trek Picard's gonna suck, why fucking Game of Thrones sucks. And it's just, if you look at their videos, it's like, were you ever positive? Because I was told that these people used to review things, and now it's just commentary on, I don't know. Hey, Belinda. Yeah, sci-fi can fuck off forever. Netflix has Dark. Yep, that's all I care about. Amazon is the best deal, though. Amazon is the best deal. And speaking of deals, your Oreos will be at your house between the 21st and the 29th. Yeah, I noticed, like, though, that ever since the Game of Thrones hooplas finally died down, nobody talks about it anymore. All the videos go back to normal, like, levels, and they're still trying to pump out that negativity. Yeah, they used to review stuff. Like, I even, like, not to just talk about them, but, like, I was looking at somebody else who used to do, like, one thing and they got really big, and I was, like, thinking about Angry Joe. I don't know if anybody knows who Angry Joe is, but I was looking at the ratio of what he does on his channel now. And this isn't a knock on him, it's just, like, when people never discuss it either, is he used to just be a video game channel. But now, I did the numbers over the last few months, and he's almost like, it was like 22 movie reviews to like 15 game reviews, and not all of them were even his, like, reviews. Like, he'd have somebody else doing that stuff, and I just go, like, wow. Like, yeah, I used to watch Angry Joe a lot too, and now I just watch him and go, why aren't you reviewing games still? Or at least as much? I mean, I don't know. I just feel like he's a better game reviewer than he is a movie reviewer. But that's just my personal opinion. But, like, I understand people that there's a guy that I talked about that I do respect. I noticed that his channel changed, like, really drastically, in my opinion. But I understand it because he's married now and has to, like, support a wife. And so you can't do the same things that you used to do. And so he's changing his channel up probably to, like, because he's got to pay the bills. Not to just, you know, desperately try to grasp at fame by being, you know, whatever's popular. Great, I can eat Oreos and watch season 2 of Dark. I got his hair. Yeah, I got a haircut, and I almost got scalped by my barber, as Jen says. Yeah, I got my hair cut. Let's just do that. Let's see. Yeah. No more hair sticking out all over the place. Ooh la la. I'm gonna get my hair. Yeah. I take this off and you can't hear me probably. And here I'm all like going, ah. But I'm gonna have my sister put some color in it, hopefully pretty soon. I want to lighten it up a little. But yeah, it's itchy right now. I got that, like, just haircut irritation on the back of my. And yeah, I am wearing my I Am the One Who Knocks shirt. And I don't wear it very often, but I love this fucking shirt. I basically am going through Yeah, color so fancy. Yeah. Well, I was gonna go black, like but I've done that before, so I'm gonna just go like kind of a light. Mm, how do I say this without everybody thinking I'm gonna be putting streaks in my hair? Like I'm gonna look like the guy from Sugar Ray. Um, I'm gonna be adding a little like blonde-ish, like light brownish blonde to just give my hair a little more color, like a little lighter color. Um, because in August, alright, I might as well just say it. Because in August, I'm going to Wizard World Chicago, and I'm going to be cosplaying as Cap. And so I'm putting a little bit of blonde in my hair, so that when I go, it's going to be the first time cosplaying, so I'm fucking doing it right. And so I'm going to keep the beard. What do you say? You can get some sun-in spray to lighten it. Wonder if that's still available. I don't know what that is, but it sounds like it shouldn't be a thing. If you have to say if it's still available, I don't know. That sounds pretty... Is that like spray-on butter? I can't believe it's not spray-on. But yeah, I'm gonna be dressed to the nines as Cap. I'm getting the hammer and the shield and the full outfit, and I'm gonna have my hair blonde and slicked back like Cap's when I go, because I want to be able to say that I cosplayed once in my life. Lightens in the sun. Jen, sun is the great. I used it during the summer. So it's a thing. Should I look into that? Because it sounds interesting. Oh. Well, my sister... I haven't asked her yet. But she, but I'm just gonna... Like, she probably isn't gonna watch this, so I'm just gonna lay on the charm a little, you know, like... I don't know. It sounds weird because I'm talking about my sister, but I mean, you know, you just gotta be like, hey, you know, I'll buy you a couple of beers, you know, I'll get you a 6-pack of beer, and I'll order pizza, and we can make a night of... It can be a girls' night where you highlight my hair and then we watch Mean Girls. I don't know. But no, it's just more like finding the time to do it. Because, I'm gonna turn into a beauty channel. I'm gonna have like, I'm gonna have some like 12-year-old girls come over and make me up all pretty. You know. But yeah, and I'll even like when the new laptop comes, I'm just gonna totally change completely. It's gonna be great. Rob's Beauty Tips coming soon. It's gonna be all bedhead all the time. How do you make your hair look like you just got up? Do that. But I don't really. That's kind of what I was talking about, though. Is I'm sick and tired of everybody just feeling like we can't find things to be happy about. I just wish that more people weren't wouldn't consider YouTube such a, I don't know. I feel like there's just too many agendas, and it's hard to like pick through the bullshit. Yeah, I think I think you both wanted the leftovers. You start making me look bad and I'm leaving, Rob? What does that mean? Oh, hey man. I would never intentionally make you look bad. Do you mean like if my beauty tips like didn't work? Yeah, it's seeming like I'm gonna pick the leftovers probably. Fargo is also another really good choice because it's not a lot. There's only 3 seasons. Or is it 4 now? I think it's 3 seasons of Fargo. And every single season of Fargo is its own unique thing, yet still connected, and I love it. Plus, season 3 has Carrie Coon, and she was also in The Leftovers. And Carrie Coon, I love her. I bought the Leftovers shirt just so I could say that I have a Carrie Coon t-shirt. I mean, I also love the t-shirt, because I love Justin Theroux on that show, too. I got into a big men bad debate on Twitter last night with some social justice warrior last night. I'm so sick of it. I just think that everybody just needs to, yeah, the big men bad thing. Come on, like duh. Like you're the first person to like realize that guys can be pieces of crap. But does that mean that you lower yourself to them, to their, I thought it's about rising above the bullshit, not lowering yourself into the mud with everybody else. So it's like everybody just wants to take the low road. It's just so easy to take the low road. Like, I'm just going to go right into the trenches with everybody else and just... And then it's just this non-stop toxic dump of bullcrap. And I'm glad that I haven't gotten into debates with anybody like that. Anybody that gets negative on my channel, like in the comment section, like I brought it up on the second episode of that Too Old to Die Young thing, where this guy was basically telling me that my videos weren't coherent and I say too much random stuff and I need to stop that, and that the only reason he watched my video is because I'm the only one doing it. And the next video I went, hey, if you're watching a show that's pretty incoherent and you're complaining about my coherency, and I'm sorry, it's just not going to happen. I'm not going to change my reviews to fit your way of wanting to look at it. It's like, make your own video. Tell people, yeah, everyone's a damn victim now. Yep, they really are. Everybody. And they take it so personally, especially the business side of all this crap about why Star Wars and MCU and Marvel Comics and DC and all this stuff has too much whammon, too much forced feminism. And it's like, again, like I've said, if you don't like it, stop watching it. It's the only thing they understand is you have to have an actor do something horrendous, like somebody who pulls a Harvey Weinstein, or we just stop watching it. We stop giving it attention. I was telling Jen earlier that the whole idea was like the Simpsons episode where you just stop paying attention to it. In that Halloween episode where all the ads come to life and they come up with the jingle, just don't look, and it's like all of a sudden they fade, they stop being alive. It stops giving it fuel, and once you stop giving it fuel, the fire dies down. But nobody wants to, because everybody's got if there wasn't agendas on both sides, then this shit would be over with. Yeah. Captain Marvel is not the best movie in the world. It's not the worst movie in the world. I like it more than Black Panther. But not by much. Because in the end, it's just kind of whatever. It's just another Marvel. It's like, when you say it's just another Marvel movie, that's what they mean when they talk about, like, I mean that like with Captain Marvel. Like, it's just like one of those, like, yeah, you can see it, you can skip it. Is it that important? Not really. Is it important enough to get crazy about? Because, I mean, it was like Captain Marvel was just built in with a bad audience and a bad attitude, because nobody even understands this character. You stopped watching Doctor Who last season because of it. Never thought that could happen. Yeah, people, I was talking about Doctor Who today, and how after I'm done with Peter Capaldi, I'm gonna go back to Tennant and Smith, and he's like, "Oh, why aren't you gonna keep watching, you know, the one with the woman doctor?" And I was like, "Why?" Everybody says it's terrible, so like, why would I put myself through that and then have to talk about it? And I just like when I can see that I'm about to hit something, I get out of the way. You know what I mean? When you're driving and something gets in your way, you get out of the way before you hit it. That way you don't have to deal with the accident. Like, if you can avoid the accident, get out, avoid the accident. Don't just purposely go, well, that I just have to do it because it's what comes next. It's full of agenda, steer clear. Yeah, I'm not interested. And again, like, why can't, what is wrong with them? Where's the audience? Like, who's telling these people that that's what's popular? Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't remember anybody. It's like people wanted like a Black Widow movie. Like, when did this start? When did all this talk start happening? Because it just seemed like overnight it was just like, oh, men are bad, women are awesome, and we're gonna say some of the most cringy dialogue that almost feels like they're trolling us. Yeah, see, if it's not good writing, then it doesn't matter. And that's the thing that, like, this everybody glosses over because of their agendas. They don't want to say that it's just about the writing. They want to say that it's because of other things. It's like, it is, and not to go back purposely to Game of Thrones, but all those people, not one of them ever, like, in rebuttals, ever mentioned that they understand what people were saying about it. Bad writing, bad character arcs, not understanding the source material, all things that have to do with the creative process, not the production process, not the acting process, the creative process of these things. And then the politics that get involved at the studio level. Those are the things. But they gloss over that really quick. They're like, yeah, some people don't really like the direction that some of the writers have gone. But did you see that coffee cup? That's what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about the coffee cup, and we're going to talk about how Brie Larson thinks men are bad. Or, just why can't you just talk about how Captain Marvel is just kind of a meh movie? And honestly, any of the forced feminism stuff in it is fun. I don't care. And that deleted scene is a deleted scene for a reason. Like I also said earlier, Disney saw that deleted scene and said, we can't put that in our movie. People are going to think she's a fucking bitch. And they would have been right. Or at least people would feel more right if they had seen that scene in the movie. But they smartened up and they realized, okay, we can't put that in here. We want people to like her, and she's already, for some reason, a hard-to-like character. And it's true. In the books, Carol has never been like a real bright, shining star in everybody's lives. She's just how it's always been. She's always been kind of like a dude. Like one of her best friends is fucking Wolverine. Okay, so she's not hanging out with fucking Captain America and learning how to, be all gosh, shucks, gee willikers. She's hanging out with the guys who like to kill people. You can't argue with or disagree with the social justice warrior unless you want to be labeled or you have life threatened. Some of the nastiest people I've ever tried to have a conversation with. Facts. Yeah, and we thought that people thought McCarthy was bad. Like, McCarthy was ruining people's lives over conjecture, over paranoia, if they just didn't like you. And now it's this, and you blacklisted and you're nothing. And that was really bad. That was really, 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 I can't state how actually bad that was. This is a pop culture fucking McCarthy thing, and if anybody thinks that it's as important as like that, it's not. But it's in the same fucking, it's a lame version of that, because this is completely just by choice. None of these people are, you know, politicians or anything. They're just people on the internet screaming at the heavens that I'm right, you're wrong. If I'm not right, then and like their heads are gonna fucking explode if they can't like wrap their heads around something that's. And that's why it's like, I'm glad at times that the channel's still small-ish. Oh, I mean, it's small. I shouldn't say ish. And yeah, I am got this motivation to get to a comfortable level past 1,000, just where I can like take a step back and all that. That's my own thing. Like, I do that to myself. But for the people that are out there, if only their heads would explode, right? Oh my god. People that just can't have a conversation with, that just, and they're the ones that are always screaming that everything's unfair to them. Everything's unfair to them. And it's all, you know, again, I can't say this enough, just too many parents, man, didn't spank their kids. I'm sorry. I don't mean beat your kids or even spank them necessarily. Just not enough real discipline for a lot of these people that are under the age of 30. They just grew up with too much fucking coddling. And now everything is a travesty when it doesn't go their way. And I mean, what's this? The fight last night started with a woman saying Miller kissing Julie in that home scene was cringy, and that men are idiots. I had to give my 2 cents, and war ensued. Okay, I saw a blurb about that, about Miller kissing Julie, but I didn't read the whole thing on your Twitter feed. Because I thought you were just kind of retweeting and stuff like that, and so I didn't pay attention to the context, like all of it. How was that cringy? That was like beautiful. Everything about Miller and Julie's stuff is incredible, and how, because I'm about 100 pages into the first book, and I love everything that they've added about Miller. It gives me an added extra bit of story that I can add to myself, like by the way I see Miller. I've added the book stuff internally to how I look at him now, right? And I can already tell that everything that's going on with Miller in the book is gonna have this like effect about the whole Julie story, and it makes it even like, I don't know, I think Miller and Julie's storyline, how these two people never even like met, have this like deeper connection than a lot of people that have spent seasons together on shows and people waiting for them to will they, won't they, blah blah blah. There's more weight to two people that have a deeper connection without even meeting each other. Isn't that insane? And yet that's the thing that people, when they call that cringy. I mean, has anybody seen that Batgirl shit? I normally don't get involved, but I couldn't let that go. Yeah, no. Because, see, that's stupid. That's somebody just being fucking stupid for stupid's sake. They have their head so far up their ass. And again, like I said, it's just, not enough people told these people no as a kid. And maybe this person's not a kid. Maybe this person's like 70 years old. I don't know. But it's just, with the internet, it is given every, I mean, look, I'm one of them. Every nut job a voice. And it seems like the nut jobs have always got the loudest voice. And people that I didn't think would be nut jobs are nut jobs. And nut jobs, I know, is kind of a a crude way of talking, but it's just because I don't mean any like offense by it, because mental illness is a hard thing for people to talk about, but there's just a lot of people that shouldn't be allowed to talk almost, but it's just we can't start making those distinctions. But it just, I wish that I don't know, everybody just needs to have a Coke and a smile and shut the fuck up. Because it's not going to get any better. Yeah, the books add so much to their characters. The internal dialogue adds so much that you don't get on the show. And yeah, like we were talking about whether or not that would work, like if I talked about the books and stuff. But I'm already like, I am not thinking of the book as like, I'm thinking of the book as like a companion piece now, because of how I started it, how I only saw the show. So now I'm like going back and I'm reading the books, and I'm considering it's adding extra layers to everything, and to how I look at it and how I see it. Like, spoiler alert for the books, but like when they describe the Belchers having their bones are different than, and they're taller and they're leaner, and that's not conveyed much in the show. They talk about it and they show people with like bumps or kind of things wrong with their like spines and things. But now after reading it, when I watch it, I just pretend that I'm seeing it that way. You know what I mean? I don't feel like anything that so far that I've read has made me go, oh, I wish that was in there. It's just all extra stuff. It's all good. It's all just, yeah. I love it. I love it. And now I can't wait to I think I want to try to get through The Expanse again when they give us a release date and rewatch them. But yeah, I'm loving the book. It is an easy read, and so far, other than just a few just way people are described, it's pretty right on the money. And that's something that you don't get very often. And I can't wait to finish it and get on to the next book. But I will stop before I get to the 4th season. Like you said, Belinda, I should probably just kind of read up to where I'm at. Belinda says, they are such different mediums, you really can't compare them, but they do complement each other perfectly. Most of the changes on the show have been for the better. Yeah, because there's some things that you just can't, that just don't interpret well to the screen. Which is why some things, I understand, were taken out or left out of other books, like its big orgy scene. You couldn't do that in the movie. I mean, you could, but there's just some things that just don't translate well, and you don't want them to, Some things are left out for a reason. Nice chatting to you, Belinda and Rob. I'm going to call it a night. Bye, and have a great evening. You too. Yeah, I think I'm going to end up cutting this short, too, because I so appreciate that you and Belinda are here. I don't know who the third person is, because I know one of them's me. But, yeah, take care, Jen. I will be quickly behind you because it's already 1:13. So I don't know. Yeah, I don't know who else is in the chat, but welcome whoever you are. But yeah, I mean, I don't know if there's much else to talk about tonight. I kind of just wanted to talk about those few things for sure. And again, I was going to talk about comics, but I mean, there's that would just turn everybody off probably. I'll get back onto my comics once I get the laptop and everything, but I'm glad that we can have these little talks about stuff, and especially about the way things are so toxic out there. And I want people to eventually be able to come to this channel and we can have these discussions without it turning into everything is bad, and just because do any of these places ever give solutions other than all I hear is just they keep describing the complaint over and over again, agenda. It's Yeah, but you have an agenda too, so, I don't know. I guess it's kind of hard to talk about without just like going, you know what, I think I probably need to have a conversation with that person. I would love to have a conversation with some of these people and say, look, like, do you ever plan on making regular content again, or is this just how it is now? Belinda R., you say, Naren Shankar is a great showrunner and has done a fantastic job. Is it still the same showrunner from the beginning? But, yeah. So hopefully, next week I'm going to we'll be hopefully doing it on my laptop. And, that's pretty much all. I think it's just you and me, Belinda, so I want to... Yep, all 3 seasons and 4 too. Yeah. Well, I really thank you, Belinda, for showing up here. And Jen too. And whoever this other mystery person is that's out there. Or people that are just coming in and out really quickly. But I think that's pretty much all we need to do tonight. Unless you have something you want to talk about, Belinda. Otherwise, yeah, like I said, your Oreos are in the mail. Dark is what, Friday? How are people going to be doing Dark? Do you know? Because I plan on watching the first episode and I don't know if there's going to be viewing parties or... Yeah, it's Friday. I was going to do one a day. And, possibly 2 on maybe 2... Let's see, this Friday I'm going to get the laptop on Friday, so I might be fiddling around with that. So I should be able to get 1 episode up for sure Friday, maybe 2, but I want to give this some weight. I want people to be able to find the channel. I want people to be able to watch it at their own leisure. So I don't know, but I guess that's about it. So I think I'm the only one left in here. Otherwise, this is Robert Smirking Interview saying have a great night. Thanks for everybody that showed up. Thanks for leaving so many comments. And we'll be back next Monday, hopefully with a whole new format. So this is Rob saying have a great night, and we will see you guys later. Bye.